when I say thank you to all of the parents and family here for raising such a great group of young men. It's really been a pleasure to work with them throughout this week and the entire process. I'd also like to personally thank all the coaches who have given their time off of their summers and their families to be here with us. This game literally would not be possible without the support and involvement of the coaches. We'll always have a group of people like you out here, parents and kids and families who want to be part of this, but with such a small group of coaches in the UP, they really have to take their turns, and most of the time more than once in several years. So these coaches have really done a great job representing the game and representing the UP year after year after year. So coaches, thank you. Let's give them a hand. I'd also like to thank the athletic trainers, Scott Corkin, Pam Doss, and Holly Boberka, and the rest of the staff from Active Physical Therapy. They're the unseen people. They're at the dome early, getting the players ready for practice, taping, icing, all of those things. It's not easy keeping these guys going, especially after such a long time off that they had in the spring and the summer, so thanks to them as well. Questions have come up about the pictures. On the website, there's a special Shutterfly website that will download all the pictures that we have, all the practice pictures, the pictures from the youth camp, the game pictures, everything that we have, the pictures from tonight. Those will all go on the website, and they're just free for you to download. You can take them and do whatever you wish with them. So I'll send out links to all that stuff to the players after the game is over. The game will be recorded tomorrow by TV6. We'll do a recording, and then I will get that and we'll put it on the YouTube channel. It's not going to be aired on television, but we'll put it on the YouTube channel so anybody can watch that after the game is over. So thanks to TV6 for doing that. I'm also happy to report at the beginning of the week during check-in, we did a food drive for the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry, and we took in over 1,500 pounds of food that the players raised and brought here. They're getting very low with the pandemic this last year. Everything's been really hard, and so they were really, really grateful for all the work that you and the players did on doing that. The skills challenge. Some of the other activities that we did throughout the week, we had the skills challenge on Wednesday, which is kind of our midweek fun activity. And the skills challenge winners are as follows. So let's have you guys stand up and then wait till we're done announcing all these winners for the applause. Cam Karp from Marquette and Dominic Bonney from Pickford were the fastest overall and the fastest lineman. Go ahead, stand up, guys. Yep, Cam and Dominic. Dalen Lujan from the Sioux and Pete Noblet from Gladstone had the most bench press reps. Joe Hare from Menominee had, keep standing, guys, stay up. Okay, there we go. Joe Hare from Menominee had the furthest throw. Cam Karp again from Marquette won the punt contest. Connor LeClaire from Hancock had the longest field goal. Preston Toutant from Negaunee won the best hands for the linemen. And Cam Karp from Marquette won the receiver challenge for the non-linemen. And a point of note this year, Dalen Lujan from the Sioux, his 23 reps at bench press broke the all-time record for non-linemen. And he's second overall out of anyone, linemen included, for the bench press with his 23 reps. And Joe Hare's 57-yard throw put him second all-time on the list. So those are our skills challenge winners. And we also had a youth camp last night at the Dome. Normally we go to Bay Cliff every year, and that's a real special relationship that we have with them. But due to just health concerns and such, you know, they're not allowing outside groups like us to come in there. And so we did a youth camp, which was awesome. We were in the Dome, and boy, it's really fun to see, you know, these guys interact with these youth players. And no pep talk is needed, but I heard coaches telling them, hey, this was you 10 years ago. This was you 5 years ago. Literally, these were those kids this many years ago. And so they all watch Friday night. They watch these guys play football, and now they're up close and personal, you know, touching them, playing football with them, tackling them, and all that stuff. And so it was really special to see last night all these little guys, you know, hearing them leave and say, boy, I want to do that when I'm older. So nice job to you guys last night. Throughout this process, there were 43 players that raised extra money, so they were able to receive an all-star ring, and 10 more people raised enough to get all the extra gear, the plaques and the pullovers and such. All those extra amounts that those people raise allows us to give not only just cool stuff to the players, but allows us to meet our donation goals to all the different schools. This year, Ontonagon, Sioux, and St. Ignace will get a $1,000 donation that's made directly to their football program that they can use for anything that they want. Equipment, their youth program, weight room, whatever they want that will help their football program, they'll each get $1,000. And last year, this year actually, those 3 schools, that finishes all the schools in the UP. So we do a lottery drawing every year, and then after those schools are drawn, then they're not eligible until every single school in the UP gets a donation. And this year, that finished it out. So next year, we start over again. So we've donated over the course of 14 years to every single school in the UP. So those 3 this year close it out. Next year, we start back over again. The practice jerseys this year, we had 2 sets of practice jerseys, the Stevenson jerseys and the Engadine jerseys. Those will get donated back to those schools. And then Coach Stenberg from Bark River Harris and Coach Thompson from West Iron County get all the footballs. So there's 12 brand new footballs that they'll take back to their schools, to their programs. So thanks to everybody for doing their part so that we can meet those goals. All right, there's 2 players that I want to specifically recognize at this time. And I'm going to have you guys stand up, okay? Garrett Mann from Westwood from the red team, and Tommy Cousineau from Ontonagon for the black team. Okay, Tommy and Garrett raised the most money on each of their respective teams. And again, all players were required to raise $600 to cover some of the costs that involved with renting the dome and food and all this other stuff, hotel and all of these other things. Garrett and Tommy went beyond all of that, way beyond. Matter of fact, they each raised well over $2,000 to come here. So that's an outstanding effort, and it just shows that their involvement in the community and the support from the community members and business members and all of those things in promoting the game. That's how we promote this game, is getting out there and talking about it and making people aware of it. And so as a thank you to these guys, you each get one of those autographed balls from your team. So each of you can pick that up after the game or after tonight's over. Okay, let's give those guys a hand. This year we added a new, something new that we started back in year 2008, the very first year. The original plan in 2008 was after the game was over, we were going to do an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP, and the coaches would vote for that. Right at the end of the game, we'd quick get together and they would say who the MVP was on each of those teams. And but then there was one player. There was one player on one of the teams on the East team, I'm sorry, that stood out. And it was just stood out all week long, doing different things. And I just thought, boy, he's not going to get an MVP award, but we got to do something because he embodied all those intangible qualities that we all want to see in our players and our children. He was a great leader, positive-minded, empathetic, endlessly energetic, and every other adjective that you could use to describe these type of people. His name was Jack Audette from North Dickinson. But everybody that we knew back then just called him Captain Jack. He was the guy who organized the team. He organized a team-wide haircutting that led his entire team basically to have mohawks like after the second day. That's the reason why I warn the kids now not to do that until after we take pictures on Tuesday. Because I got a lot of phone calls from parents wondering why their kid had a mohawk in their pictures. So that's because of Captain Jack. He also led nightly trips to Walmart, where the players would wander the aisles looking for random inanimate objects that might lead them to motivate the team. Many of those things you do now come directly from guys like Captain Jack. That's how the Character Award was born. There's no specific criteria for the award, but coaches know when they see it, just like Jack. So last year, we changed the name of the Character Award to the Jack Audette Character Award. This year, the 2 players that get selected for the Character Award are each going to get a $500 scholarship. And Jack's going to be here tomorrow at the game. He flew in, and he's going to be here tomorrow to award those 2 players that. And so we're going to announce those tonight, as long as we're all here. And then tomorrow after the game, when we give out the MVPs and we give out the character awards, Jack's going to be here, shake your hand, and give you that award. So the 2021 Jack Audette Character Award this year, with the $500 scholarship on each of those, are from the red team, Jacob File from Bessemer and Isaac Cordier from Lake Linden. Stand up, guys. I also want to recognize Chris Thompson from West Iron County and Al Stenberg from Bark River Harris, our 2 all-star head coaches, for taking on the head coaching duties for their respective all-star teams. we're going to present them each with a ring. Each of them get a ring, compliments of the All-Star game, just like the players get. And so we hope that, this position takes a lot of hard work. With the draft now, I think that draft is kind of here to stay. No longer is it East-West, no longer is it North-South. The draft just makes sense, and to be honest, they have a lot of fun with it, and it makes the game really fun, and it makes it really even and well played. And so that takes a lot of hard work, calling around all the coaches around the UP, scouting kids and getting scouting reports on everybody. And these guys have to organize that, and they don't get anything. They get nothing for it other than just the satisfaction of working with these guys. So hopefully they take that ring and they display it or wear it, and it's reminded of these good times and these players that they have with us here. So both of these two coaches are going to get a ring, and both of those two coaches have sons playing in this year's game. So let's give them a hand. And I brought 3 guys with me here this year, guys from home, guys from Madison, and they've been really, really helpful. I know the players have seen them, riding around on that one wheel all over the Superior Dome, chasing stuff for me and doing this and that. And so a couple of our good friends from home, kids that I train at home, we've got Caden Feinstein and Carson Feinstein. Go ahead, stand up, guys. Yep, Caden and Carson. Yep, they came with me. They've been helping out with it. Yep. And then another one of our, I guess he's technically a staff member, my son Tanner, he's over there too. Go ahead, stand up, T. When you're 11, you gotta wear shades inside, I guess. Okay, and of course, there she is over there. It's my wife, Jody. She's like, I'm not wearing a waterproof mascara, so you better not choke up with that. I'm sorry. Anybody that knows anything about relationships knows, especially, I'm probably as close to a coach as you could get in doing something like this, and anybody who knows a coach knows that it's their wife that allows them to do this. And so because she allows me to goof around with these guys and plan this event, from all the way in Madison, Wisconsin, to come up here and do this, it's because of her that I can do all of this. So one more hand for Jody. Okay, now's the fun part. Those last 4 roaches, Coach Stenberg, yep, you guys come on up here and we'll do coaches and player introductions. Hey, you guys file back over there in the corner so you're not standing in front of everybody. Okay, this year again, I mean, we've all had a really, really difficult year this last year, and this year, presented us with a lot of challenges. This year in particular, one of the favorite things that I like about this event and this game is normally when we stay in the dorms, I assign all the roommates and I make every player stay with a player from a different school that they may or may not have even known before, and then throughout the week they've got to get to know that person, and then they come here on Friday night and they've got to introduce that person and talk about them and talk about their plans after high school and such. And it's a really cool part because there's so many times when I've heard a year from now, 2 years from now, hey, we didn't even know we were going to the same school, and now we're roommates in college, and all of that. And this year presented some challenges because we were not allowed to stay in the dorms this year. So we had to find other means, and so we're staying in a hotel, which is nice because it's air conditioned, but we lose some of that. So a lot of the kids from the same school are staying together. You know, all the Escanaba kids are staying together, and so there hasn't been as much of that naturally built into this week as far as like getting to know each other. But the kids have still done a fantastic job, and we see that camaraderie and such. We'll see that tonight. We'll see some of that that funness and closeness come out here. So this is exciting. I'd like to introduce the head coach for the red team, Al Stenberg from Bark River Harris.
Hi everybody, welcome here, and I'd like to thank Todd, of course, Todd and Jody Goldbeck for running this unbelievable event. They just do a great job with the entire week and have every detail planned out. This is the third time I've coached in this game. I've coached my two sons, which was really special in this All-Star game, and I can't imagine that there's another event in the United States where it's a regional All-Star game where players get to represent their region, in this case the UP, in an All-Star game that's run so well. And so we all owe a great debt of gratitude to Todd and Jody for putting this on. So I'd like to give one more round of applause for Todd and Jody. Secondly, I'd like to recognize a friend of mine and fellow football coach in Quinn, Mr. Dion Brown, who passed away a year and a half ago. We didn't get a chance to recognize him last year, being that the game didn't happen last year. But Coach Brown was an opponent of mine at first, and through talking to him in the off season and playing against him several times or coaching against him several times, I got to be really good friends with him and calling him every couple of weeks. Just the type of guy that lifts up the whole. No matter what the event is, no matter what the situation where you see Coach Brown in. He always had a huge smile on his face, and he was just one of the most positive people I've ever met. Whether we won the game or they won the game, he'd meet you at the middle of the field with a big giant smile on his face, and just happy to be there. And it's a reminder for all of us how lucky we are to be playing this game, coaching this game, and being around this wonderful football game. And I just thought. Tonight should not pass without recognizing Dion Brown's passing and the dedication that he had for the Quinn football program, turning a program that did not have a lot of success into a playoff contender and just giving his heart and soul to that community. Lastly, all these players, one of the greatest things about coaching in this game is having players that are, they're the best of the best. They come from every school in the UP, and when you give them instructions, they do their best to operate those instructions right away the very first time. And as a coach, it's just so much fun to coach in this game. So I'd like to thank all the players for, being leaders at their schools, representing their schools here, representing the UP well, and I'd also like to thank my wife for allowing me to coach, and all of the wives in here, of all the coaches, to keep UP football going and strong, and also the moms for allowing their kids to play, and the parents for supporting all the way through their 4 years of high school. So I think the all-stars are the stars of the night tonight, but everybody in this room deserves some appreciation for the effort that you put in. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce a very good friend of mine and my right-hand man at Bark River Harris. He's been hardworking and dedicated for the last 5-6 years, and he's coached in the game 2 times, I think, so far. Coach Kevin Molesky.
Thank you, read my speech. Coach, no laughter on that one. Listen, once again, I want to thank Todd, but especially his wife, Jody. And you're probably wondering how I was going to get to tell you that I served in the Marine Corps. Well, there it is. 5 deployments overseas. My wife's used to me being gone. She thought when I came home and I was out that this would be over. But football, for a coach, I hope I'm speaking for you guys, but it's all year long. The fun part is in August till when you're done. But if I'm not thinking about it, I'm doing it. And if I'm not doing it, I'm thinking about it. Even when she's talking, what did you say, babe? It's like that. So I would like to thank Todd's wife, because I know he's enjoying himself. I know my brothers over here, coaches are. I'd like to thank their wives and their girlfriends for that. Appreciate it very much. And then, we're coaching the best of the best here. And I don't mean just football players. I mean their personality, the way they act, yes sir. It's just amazing when you watch the news and you're wondering what's going on in the world. It's not these gentlemen. These gentlemen are just ultimately the best. And there's a reason for that. That's because of you out there. And that's no doubt. Very respectful, very everything, and they're great football players. So to tell you that I'm not having a great time this week, it's unbelievable. The next thing is a little warning. They're going to get up and talk about each other, their roommates. If you laugh a lot and maybe pee a little bit when you do laugh, now is the time to maybe go to the bathroom, because these guys are going to have you rolling. It's like a comedy club and they're not playing football around these guys. So with that enough said, it's my privilege to introduce the coach of North Dickinson, Mike Christian, a man of many words. Mike.
All right, I know you're going to hear this a lot, probably from at least all the coaches that come up, but I'd like to thank Jody and Todd. They're the greatest. They're just such a class act. It's been a great week. We've had a blast. You know, I don't know if I can top Coach Molesky, but you guys are awesome, all right? And parents, you know, pat yourselves on the back. They are tremendous young men. We've talked about your favorite football memory a couple times this week, and so I'm going to share mine. Mine was watching my two boys play this game. And parents, hopefully, this will become your favorite football memory also. You know, I can't say enough about it. And with that, I'm done. So I would like to introduce Coach Brad Wiltonen from Westwood.
I will continue the train of echoing sentiments, thanking everybody here, thanking the players for accepting coaching, sometimes begrudgingly, right? I mean, it's been a fun week though. Parents and communities, raising great young men, and of course Todd and Jody for allowing one more opportunity for these guys to play this game, which can allow us to discover tools to deal with both personal and collective struggle or strife. And I think it's an important game because of that. And so one more chance. So thank you again. And that's all I have. With that, I will introduce fellow Westwood coach Luke Gray.
Just want to start by thanking everybody that helps put on this event, but also to thank the parents. I'm going to talk about my favorite experience of the week, and that would be the youth camp that we did last night. It was just a great event, great seeing our athletes working with the next generation of football players. And one of the favorite parts of it is, at times it was hard to tell who was having more fun, the 6-year-old or the athlete that's going to be playing in the game tomorrow. And the fact that they can go there, communicate with them, help them out, help teach them some skills, it really shows how great all the parents in this room, all the guardians did raising these kids. So I want to say thank you to the parents. So thank you everybody that helps put on this event. Every chance I get to coach in this game, I'm going to do it. And that's it. Just thank you. I'm going to introduce Coach Eli Wolf, who's also from Westwood, his first time coaching the game.
Like Coach Gray said, this is my first time doing this. I didn't really know what to expect right away. And then Monday night came around, and the kids started hitting and they started cracking, and you just realized how quick you love the game of football and how the game of football can bring everybody together. A lot of stopover towns, a lot of little towns all over that maybe I've never stopped in. That love for football is still there, and I've had a pleasure coaching and pleasure meeting all you guys this week. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Tom McKee from Brimley High.
How you doing? Tom McKee, coaching at Brimley. It's an honor. It's my first year up here. One of the nice things is I have one of our players from Brimley with me, and he's the only one that does not have to introduce anybody else. because I'm here. I guess it's just being from the East End. That's one of the nice things with it. So Mason, come on up here. This is Mason Harris. He'll be number 4 tomorrow for the red team. Mason, when he was asked what his favorite thing is, he said hitting from the week. Mason is going to play defensive back. He's a great kid, 4-year starter at Brimley. He helped rebuild a team that didn't have a varsity program when he was an 8th grader to a program now that has a JV and a varsity. And that's all on his back and his hard work. So, that's Mason Harris. I'm Tom McKee. We're out of here.
Hello everybody. I'd like to introduce you guys to my best friend, Colt Marcel. He's been a real friend since 6th grade. I can honestly say that we've been a lot different outside of here this week. He's pretty nervous up here. Thank you all.
Hello, my name's Cole Marcel. And that's Hank. You can tell I'm pretty nervous. Kind of stuck on words here, guys, but we've been best friends since 6th grade, like he said. And I'm glad to be here with everyone. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Andrew Frederickson. This is my roommate Gage Larson. He plays the defensive end, and he's going to be going to AWI in the fall.
Hello, this is Andy Frederickson. He's playing defensive tackle. He's going to AWI in the fall.
Hello everybody, this is Nolan Anderson. He has 2 brothers, 2 sisters. He enjoys playing tennis, and he's going to Bay in the fall.
This is Nathan Thompson. He's going to St. Norbert's to play golf. He has 2 older brothers.
These are the Iron Mountain Boys and one Norway boy. This is Dante Bassanese. Dante and I have been best friends since we started school in Iron Mountain. And Dante plans to attend Michigan Tech, playing football and studying mechanical engineering.
That was Bryce Antonio. I'm Dante Bassanese, and he plans to also attend Michigan Tech to play football, and he's going for engineering management. And we've been best friends for a long time.
This is John Carrion from Iron Mountain. His mom's name's Christy, his dad's name's John. And he's going to Northern Michigan University for his general education classes.
That was Gannon Bray, son of Cheryl and Scott Bray. And he will be attending NWTC in the fall.
This is Evo, and he's going to play football at Finlandia University in the fall.
That's Joey Lewis. He's going to Michigan State in the fall, and he has an older brother and an older sister.
This is everybody from Pittsburgh. This right here is Dominic Bonnie. We have been playing football together since 6th grade, and looking forward to playing one last game together tomorrow.
That was Micah Bailey. He will be attending Maranatha University and for basketball this fall.
This is Aiden Taylor. Been buddies since kindergarten. He's going to LSSU to study fisheries and wildlife.
That's my buddy Eric Kite. Known him all my life. he still doesn't know what I'm doing. He'll be getting his CDL next year. Hopefully he'll find a job.
Hello, my name's Dan Lamont, and this is Chris Pierce. We are the Sioux Boys. He is going to Western Michigan to study aviation, and he loves playing ultimate frisbee.
This is Dalen Lujan. I don't know if you can tell by looking at him, but he's a pretty good golf player. Really good. But he is going to St. Norbert to play golf. No, wait, football, sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad. But yeah, we're the Sioux Boys.
Hello, we're the Nagani Boys and the One Westwood. I am Preston Toutant. I'm introducing Parker Kane, aka P. Kane, Paquan, and Petitle. I've known P. Kane for about 4 years. He transferred to Nagani his freshman year, and not a day goes by in school where I'm not crying laughing in the hallway or hearing him from the 3rd floor. He's going to NMU next year for welding and fabrication, and he's number 99 and he loves JJ Watt.
I'm Parker Kane. I'll be introducing Lucas Nelson, our fullback. Well, he's going to be playing linebacker in the All-Star game. He likes, I think, swimming. He likes to hike, bike, and he'll be going to Michigan Tech in the fall for civil engineering.
I am Lucas, and I do like swimming. I am introducing Eli Lokla. He graduated from Nagani, obviously, and he played tight end and DN for our team, and he will be going to NMU in the fall and playing football and studying education.
I will be introducing the Westwood boy Garrett Mann. He has one brother. He's a middle linebacker, and he's going to NMU to study financial management, and he's considering walking on to the water polo team, but he has to learn how to swim first. He's got to get that down, but then he might.
This is Preston Toutant from Nagani. He'll be going up to Tech for civil engineering, and he's got the best hands here.
I'm Parker Dowsey, we're all the Rapid River Boys. This is Maxwell Leneker. He's joining the Air Force, and me and him always try to switch football positions. As you can see, I'm a natural born wide receiver. So this is Maxwell Leneker, everyone.
That was Parker Dowsey, and we've been playing football since 8th grade, since he transferred from Escanaba, and he's going to be playing football at Finlandia University in the fall.
Hi, I'm Griffin Floth. I'm going to be introducing the only guy that can have a receding hairline and a mullet at the same time. Our center, Wyatt Smith. And before you ask, all right, he's the center and he's the quarterback. They look similar, but that's the center.
Yeah, I'm a quarterback. I'll be announcing Griffin Floth. I've been playing football with him since he transferred here from 4th grade. And all the memories we've ever made together playing football, he'll only tell me the memory that I missed him on a wide open game-winning touchdown. And I threw it up the middle and we got tackled and we didn't win. But Griffin is going to study football or he's going to go to football at St. Norbert. All right. He's going to play football at St. Norbert College.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Smith. I'm introducing Bryce Lundquist. We've known each other all our lives. He's our quarterback. We don't really know why he's our quarterback, as you can see, he's not very smart. But, I mean, I guess he's a pretty chill dude, so we keep him around.
Hello, my name is Isaac Adair. I'll be introducing the Little Boys. This is Brandon Levine. He was our quarterback at Lynn. He'll be playing wide receiver for the red team. he's the most talented woodworker I've ever seen. If anybody needs a bench built, talk to him.
My name is Caleb Klein, and I'll be introducing Isaac Cutter. He plans on attending Finlandia in the fall to study business and play football.
I'm Brandon Levine, and this is Caleb Klein. He will be wearing number 33 on Saturday, playing defensive back. His plans are to attend Michigan Tech University and major in biomedical engineering. And yeah.
In school, I'll be introducing Logan McHugh. We really only started hanging out after he beat me in a $20 golf wager. Still don't know how he did that. I think he cheated. He plans on attending Finlandia, right? Yeah, Finlandia. Business management and I think he is playing basketball. He's the youngest of 5.
I'm introducing Ivan Zacchaeus Oswald. His grandparents own a bear ranch, so he's a bear boy. Very strong. He just doesn't feel pain, so if like you hit him, he just gets up and keeps going. Animal. He's literally like a bear.
I'm Ivan Oswald. I'm introducing Lucas Gould from Manstique, and we used to play hockey together. He was a pretty good center. I was a goalie, and he's going to NMU for financial management.
All right, we're the North Central boys, and I'll be introducing Fabian Chartier. He will be attending Finlandia University to pursue a degree in forestry and play football as well. He has one brother sitting there in the back, and his favorite football memory is, of course, when we won the state championship. But to put on top of that, it was FaceTiming me, one of them, but all the guys that couldn't make it to the state championship game, and he FaceTimed us after they won it with the trophy. It was a pretty cool experience. So that was Fabian's greatest memory, playing North Central football.
Alright, so I'm going to be introducing Carter Eichmeyer, and he is going to Fox Valley Tech to become a carpenter. And his favorite football memory, he told me, was that when he got to play football with his older brother Brady Ike, who played at St. Norbert, and his little brother Owen Ike on the state championship team.
Hi, my name is Ian Brzezinski, and I'm going to be introducing Wyatt Riley. And he has 2 sisters and 1 brother, and he's going to pursue his career at Bay College in engineering, and he loves the Green Bay Packers.
So that was Ian Brzezinski, and he's been one of my best bros since like kindergarten. And we're like best friends because we both kind of look anorexic, but we're both pretty good at football, I think. And he's going to Bay College for business management. He just figured that out like 2 days ago. So yeah, all right.
This is my teammate, James Coldren. He plays running back. He's going to Lakeland University to study exercise science.
This is my roommate, Tommy Kuzno, and he has 1 younger brother, and he's playing wide receiver tomorrow.
All right, you guys can all sit back down. Elliot, you're going to lead them up. You guys will be next. Go ahead. Black team coaches, you guys will be after these players, so you can get up to and follow them over.
All right, guys, that first group was pretty good, but you guys better step it up a little bit more. These guys want more. Okay, we got the Kingsford guys next.
All right. Hi, we're the Kingsford guys, and I'm here to introduce my good buddy, Nolan Lavarnway. If you know Nolan, then you've definitely had your fair share of laughs. Cheeky here seems to find a way to almost get me to spit my food out anytime we sit down to eat. Nolan will be going to Michigan State University to pursue a degree in biomedical engineering, and I've had the pleasure to play with him for the last 4 years.
I'm Nolan Lavarnway, and this is my good buddy EJ Elliott Johnson, also known as Big Johnson. He is the oldest of 4. He's got 3 younger brothers. He's going to the Milwaukee School of Engineering to study mechanical engineering, and he will be also in the Naval ROTC program. Congrats, EJ.
I'm introducing Benjamin Rumpt. He's been my good buddy since elementary school. He's actually from Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and his real name is Sergei Vladimirovich Zerbetsov. Benny, I played football with him for 7 years through Pop Warner in high school, and he will be playing strong safety in the game tomorrow, and he is going to Michigan State to study business management.
I'm here to introduce Carter Kresge, and he's been one of my best friends since elementary school, and it's been a pleasure playing with him, and he is attending Central Michigan University to pursue education.
Alright, this is my good buddy Ty Lauderman. I know what you're all thinking, it's not Tyler, it is Ty. You make sure everyone knows that his name is not Tyler, it is Ty. Yeah, me and Ty have been buddies since as long as I can remember, kindergarten. He's going to be going to Alma, he's going to be dual sporting, it's pretty cool. He's going to be pursuing marketing. And a little fun fact, we were the same height a couple years ago, still waiting on mine. And memory I'll never forget with Ty is we're sledding one day and he goes down the hill and he smokes a tree, snaps his leg in half, and he's like, "Cam, go get your mom." And I just sit there and I just stare at him for like 5 minutes and never did anything. Eventually, I went and got her. So this is Ty.
Yeah, I'm Ty. This is Cam. He's playing basketball and football at NMU. Studying, he doesn't know yet. He's studying something. Yeah, we've been friends since kindergarten. We've played against each other, with each other. Yeah, it's Cam.
Hello, I am Ty Parker. Yes, there are 2 Ty Parkers from Marquette. And also I'm rounding up the guys from Marquette. And I'm introducing my good buddy right here, Jacob File. He's going to go GBIC this fall. No, he's from Go GBIC. Well, he was there this fall, presumably. But he's going to Bethel University in St. Paul. And he's going to study mechanical engineering there and also play football there. And something I learned about him just as I was sitting next to him in the crowd. Apparently he has a black belt in karate and nobody told me this. Like the entire team knows this. I'm introducing him. This is my first time knowing about this. Why didn't none of you tell me? I'm disappointed in you.
I am Jacob File, and I'll be introducing Ty Parker here. Ty Parker plays for Marquette, and he'll be going to Michigan Tech this fall to study engineering. And he's just kind of been our hype man this week. You know, he's been doing all our breakdowns after practice, coming up with all these chants we do, and we were lucky to have him. So, thank you.
bad snaps, so they've been right on my chest, so that's a good thing. But yeah, he'll be number 53 tomorrow, Team Black, so go Team Black. And I'd like to take the chance to thank Jody over there. Thanks, Jody. Carter's going to NMU in the fall. He's going to study education, and he's also going to be playing football at NMU.
This is Joe. He's going to be going to NMU next year for criminal justice, and he's playing quarterback tomorrow for the black team.
This is Chad Trepchek. We've been good buds since kindergarten. Still don't know how to spell his last name, so don't ask me. But he's going to be playing fullback tomorrow for the game. Yeah.
This is Ethan Lakoski. Back home, I'm calling Big E, but it doesn't matter. He'll be playing tight end tomorrow, number 44. Go Red.
So I'm going to be starting off for the Bark boys here, Bark River, and this is Max Shaversky. He's pretty tall, as you can see. He is going to be going to Bay for 1 year and then transferring to Michigan Tech to study engineering. And his favorite football memory, he didn't tell me this, I just know it is when he ran a fake punt and has the highest career average per carry for Bark River Harriers. So, right tackle, Max Shaversky.
I am Max Shaversky, and I will be introducing one of my best friends, Bill Lippins. We have played football together since probably 5th grade. He's going to Bay College in the fall, and he's going to be go for business. He didn't tell me what his favorite football memory was, but I also kind of put that together because he broke my hand at the end of my junior year, and I missed the playoff game. So this is Dylan Lippins.
All right, I'm going to be introducing Mr. Rick Stenberg, son of Al Stenberg, on the red team. Could have had me, but he didn't make me. Riggins is going to be entering the workforce, and that's Riggins Stenberg.
Hello, I'm Ray Stenberg. I will be introducing Tyler Roscoe. He is going to Kaiser University in Florida for wrestling, and he will be studying criminal justice, and he can't throw a spiral to save his life.
I will be introducing Nick Javrick. I can't throw spiral, so he's the starting quarterback at Bark River. I've known him for as long as I can remember, since like preschool. He is going to Bay for a year, and he's going to transfer to LSSU to study pre-med, and he wants to be a chiropractor. And we're all convinced that he has narcolepsy because he can just fall asleep whenever he wants.
I'm Louis Mayer. I'll be introducing Connor Leclerc. He's going to Michigan Tech in the fall to play football and study physical therapy and eventually be a chiropractor.
I'm Connor Leclerc, and I'll be introducing Nick Nance. He is from Germfast and went to Engadine. He played football, basketball, track and field, but mostly field. His nickname is Big Country, and I think we can all agree he has the best smile in the room because he lost his tooth while wrestling a bear. So that's Nick Nance.
Hi, I'm Nick Nance. I'll be introducing Louis Meyer. He's from Rudyard. He'll be going to Finlandia this fall. He's not studying anything yet, but he'll be playing football for Finlandia. Finlandia.
This is Reed Hill. Reed hates the beach, but he loves a good game of cribbage, and he's going to be attending AWI in the fall.
This is Cameron Garangelli. He's somebody I've been playing with my whole football career. He is also attending AWI this year.
This is my teammate, Nathan Urba. He's going to be attending FinU next year. He's going to be playing football and going to nursing. He is the oldest of 7 kids. That's probably why he's such a great leader. And I've been blocking him, for him, for the last 7 years here. And he's a great guy, and I love playing with him. And he wanted to make sure that the Lake Linden boys know that his favorite football memory was a last-minute pitch to Ty Hallinan to win the game with 18-6.
All right, this is my buddy Jack Bray. I've been playing with Jack. We'll start with the playground ball back in first grade. And he's going to Northern next year to play football, and he's gonna really do well with that. He works his butt off every single day, and wow, you couldn't have another guy that could battle in front of me better than him. So I'm very appreciative that he got me to this game and here for this experience. He said his best football memory would be for the Nagani game that we beat him in overtime. We were dancing the Sweet Caroline in the snow, and our coaches were wondering if we were getting ready to play that game. So, thank you.
I'm here to introduce Grant Fountain. I've known him since about the 4th grade, and we started playing basketball together, and been playing football with him since 7th grade. He's going to be attending the Industrial Arts Institute in Onaway, and I'll be there with him.
This is Michael Fergshaw, aka Fairy Boy, next to the Nagani boys. He has the best Joe Dirt mullet here. And we've been playing football together since 6th grade.
This is Gabe Scott Sarah, aka Scary, some of the Park River coaches. He's going to Central for pre-law, and fun fact, he's got a poodle.
Thank you. This is, unfortunately, my good buddy Tommy Showers, and he will be playing fullback tomorrow for the black team. And fun fact about him is he loves his English class in high school. For some odd reason, he loves it.
I'm Peter Noblet. This is Ryan Pauly. This is Ryan Pauly. He's got one sister. Hi, Alyssa.
Seriously, if you only knew what we went through this week over at the Dome, literally the first 4 practices that we had over there, the lights went out in the middle of practice every single day. And I was like, these guys are amazing here, food and beverage. This is not going to happen here, too. Again.
And he's attending NMU in the fall to study construction management.
This is Peter Noblet. I've been playing football with him for a long time. He's a very decorated athlete in high school, and he's going to Michigan Tech in the fall to study mechanical engineering.
We're the Esky boys. I'm going to be introducing Tyler Lawson, our pretty boy. I've known Tyler Lawson for as long as I can remember. We played baseball, football, and we wrestled together. Ty likes to get us all in trouble, and I try to get us out of the trouble. Ty's going to play baseball at Bryan Stratton, and he's just a good athlete.
So
I'm going to be introducing Colin Hart. He's going to Bay College. In high school, he played baseball, football, and wrestling. Fun fact, he plays 5th in the state finals for Division II wrestling. And tomorrow he's going to be wearing number 2 for the black team, but no one really cares about the black teams.
I'll be introducing Kaylor Geyer. He's going to Northern Michigan University for secondary level education. And he earned all UP Dream Team honors for defensive end while maintaining a 4.03 GPA.
I'm Kaylor Geyer. I'll be introducing Bryant Mackey. He's going to Michigan Tech to play football and study in civil engineering. He maintained a 4.23 GPA and made top 10 in our class while doing 3 different sports: football, basketball, and baseball. And Bryant, I can still not tell your twin sisters apart after like 18 years.
This week I got the room with Riley Lamb and my close friend. Tomorrow he'll be wearing number 50 and he'll be playing defensive end for the black team. We've known each other for forever and we've got to compete with and against each other. He's been on defense and I've always been on offense most of the time. And I get the pull and hit him and we just keep battling back and forth with and against each other. And it's awesome. Thank you.
That was Brett Schlumbaugh, known the guy forever. He currently attends NWTC for electrical power distribution. And he drove me a little nuts this week. We had 9 a.m. practice every day, and he decided to blast the song Back in Black every single morning. And I wasn't up for that, but no, it was a good one.
Todd, Jody, thank you. If you want to turn the lights off for the rest of my staff and save all the parents' eyes here, that would be fine. Okay? Guys, this is a great event. You know, I hear from the parents, and I've got some of my former players out here that I've had in the past, and one common theme I hear is they get one last chance. And Todd and Jody, you offer that one last chance, so thank you. Kids, students, young men, remember that. Someone took the time to give you that one last chance, okay? Parents, I've had the opportunity to coach football in the UP since 1985. I'm old, okay? And when I got asked to be the head coach here, first thing I did is figure out how to pick 90 years of head coaching experience so I wouldn't have to do a thing this week, okay? And I think I managed it between Baruti and Olson and Grundy and Rauch. I got over 90 years, or close to 90 years of head coaching experience on this staff. And they have had a pleasure working with your young men every day. Fritz Rauch has coached some high-level football in Wisconsin throughout his career. And the first day, he came to me and said, thank you for asking me. Fritz and I go back to Marquette, played together in 80, 81, 82, 83. Played for Jeff Olson his first year, that's how old Jeff is. And Fritz said, the caliber of the kids, now listen to this, guys. High-level football in the Milwaukee area, Wisconsin, multiple state champions. The level of kids and the level of effort and the level of play of these kids matches what he saw down in Milwaukee. And I took that as a compliment. Took that as a compliment to the coaching in the UP, and I took that as a compliment to the parents and the way we raise our kids up here. And you guys got to remember that. You parents, you know, as we go through the ups and downs of small districts and we struggle to keep football teams alive, it's the parents that help us as coaches keep our football teams alive and keep our football teams and communities alive. So remember that. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you for raising these kids to be the fine young men they are. Mike Baruti, West Banner County.
Thank you, Chris. I'd like to thank Todd and Jody as well for putting on this event. It's a great experience for not only the kids, but the coaches as well. I want to thank the players coming up here for this is my 3rd time coming to Marquette to coach in this game. And it's truly an honor to get to work with kids that you scout, you watch film on, you try to figure out how you can beat this kid, how you can beat this team. And you look at them and you look at these kids and you don't know anything about them. So you walk in the dome, you get to meet these fine young men, and it's a blast because you realize they're just like the kids from your hometown. They're smiling, they're hardworking, and that goes out to the parents, like Chris just got done saying. You know, your parents have done a great job raising your kids, and like I said, it's a great pleasure for me to come up here. I'd like to introduce a good friend, Kevin Grundy, of about 25, 26 years. We met back in 94 or 5, played coaching against each other in Wisconsin. He's been a head coach at Wausau East West. He's coached with me and Todd in my building last year. Unfortunately, he's leaving to become the Northam Hines head coach next year, but Coach Grundy, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Coach. First, I'd like to really thank Todd and Jody also for everything this week. And I'd also really want to thank Coach Thompson and Coach Baruti. This is my second opportunity to coach the All-Star game here. I did it a couple of years in Wisconsin also, but this is really special up here. And you know, it's you know, to work with coaches, I think your number one quality, you have to enjoy working with and love young people. And that's very fortunate to, I think we, all of us in here for both teams are fortunate to have that with the coaching staffs. And these young men, thank you for being coachable and being a positive, powerful presence. And you want to continue that at the next level. So thank you guys. And I'd like to introduce Coach Kralovic from West Iron County.
I would also like to thank Todd and Jody for putting this on. They do a great job. They communicate outstanding, very organized. Also, I'd like to thank the parents. The kids have been really coachable this week. They've been outstanding. And it's good to see some older faces that were great athletes in their time, back in their day, and it's no wonder why we have so many good athletes that are going to play tomorrow. The UP has a very strong football tradition, although most of our schools are small, and these boys tomorrow, I think, will uphold that tradition. I'm going to introduce Fritz Rauch here. I'd like to welcome him back. He's a 1984 graduate of Marquette High School, and he really hasn't been back. He started teaching and coaching in Zion, Illinois in 1989, and he's been in the Milwaukee area and in Zion ever since. And he's currently at Heartland Arrowhead down in Milwaukee. So, Fritz Rauch.
Jody and Todd, thank you. Sorry about my voice. Jody and Todd, thank you very much. This has been a fantastic week. I hate to say this, but Chris Thompson, thank you very much. Holy cow. I almost got choked up when Chris took some time to talk about our relationship. And I think that's what I'd like to say to the parents, and more importantly to the guys who I'm looking at and the guys back in the corner. You know, as coaches, we always preach, live in the moment. Because the moment is when the action happens, when your focus needs to be the highest, and when, you know, consequences in competition are made. But guys, understand that in this moment, and for everybody in this room, it's your last moment of high school football. In this moment, you're also establishing your futures. You know, had you said 42 years ago in 1980 when I met Chris, 42 years later I'd be coaching football with him in the UP for the first time in, you know, in my entire career. Had you said that, I would have never thought about it. But guys, that's the power of football. Relationships. I say it to my teams all the time. Put away your phones and talk to each other. Put away the social media and like each other. So thank you very much, Todd and Jody, again. It's been a fantastic week. It's my honor to introduce George Neamy, who is part of a great issuing staff.
Hey, first off,
Jeff
Tom.
can.
Yeah, well, Jeff can for sure. Hey,
Just call him
Tom,
away.
Jody, thank you for all that you do. I mean, to not have this game last year and have it this year, I don't know if you really understand what that truly means to somebody like me coming from Ishpeming, who, believe it or not, Ishpeming High School did not have a football team last year, varsity level, so we weren't able to compete. So, we've been done for a year. So just having this opportunity to come back and get back to some type of normalcy means a lot. All right, and I hope you really understand how much we truly appreciate that. So thank you. To Chris Thompson and the West Iron staff, thanks for having me. It's been a fantastic week. I had the opportunity to coach the offensive line this year with Coach Kollebeck from West Iron County, and it's just been fun. We walked in the first day, we were able to introduce ourselves to the kids. We don't know who they are. They don't know who we are. Maybe we've heard their name or whatever, but the message was have fun and enjoy the experience. Because for a lot of us, it's going to be the last time you put the pads on tomorrow. It's going to be the last time you might see some of these people. We're all going to go into the work world. We're going to do our own thing. But cherish these memories that you have. To the parents, all of you, thank you. Okay, you raised some polite, coachable kids. And we all got that message. Rick Pop spoke to us on Thursday. Gave a tremendous message. Rick Pop has had nothing but success in his life. I'm here all week. But anyway, so he's had nothing but success in his life, and he was able to, pass along a few messages to our kids, and I hope you dig into that. Being coachable, knowing your role, and I hope you really took some things away from that, because it is important in the business world, in real life. Those are big messages. And again, parents, it's all about you. You raise some good. you raise some coachable kids. So, and I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to introduce my.
I know you guys have been waiting to have me come up here, not because I have anything positive to say, but because I'm the last one. I want to thank you parents, because these kids, a lot of these kids don't get here just because of their talent. They get here because they're great kids, and that's a product of you. You're here because of them now, but believe me, they're here because of you. And you raise some great kids, and that's why I keep coming back. This is the 8th time I'll be coaching in the game, 9th time, if you count last year when we didn't. And that's one of the reasons why I come back. But the biggest reason why I come back is because of Todd Goldbeck. And Todd Goldbeck is one of the most caring, compassionate people I know. And he has this love of this game, but I can guarantee you this. He cares about each and one of these kids every year that we've had this game, whether it's been 13 or 14 years. And he gives these kids in the UP a chance to play one more time, and they don't get that chance throughout the whole state. In the state all-star game, we had one kid from the UP this year, and we don't get that recognition down there. So what he's done for the football in the UP has been tremendous, and we always thank him, and I want to thank him not because of what he does for this game, but for the person that he is. And I also want to thank Jody, who works tirelessly, and she's his right-hand person, and they do a phenomenal job with this game, and also Caden, Carson, and Tanner. Thank you for coming up here every year and doing what you guys do and making this one of the best events in the UP every year. So with that, I guess I'm the anchor, and hope everybody has a great time tomorrow. I know I will, and that's why I do this. So thank you.
All right, you guys can come back to your seats. Well, these guys are filing back to their seats, I want to get in with the thank yous. You know, with the unique situation this year, not being able to stay in the dorms and in the hotel, that was a really stressful situation for us. And I'd like to thank George Nemi, owner of Culver's. He bought all the T-shirts for the youth camp for those kids that we gave out, and he also donated $5,000 to us to the game to help cover some of those costs for that overage of the hotel because it costs us so much more. Then I'd also thank E.J. Kostrivan, First Bank, and the Dajanoff Foundation. They also gave us $5,000, so that really helped make this possible. We didn't have anywhere to stay all week if we weren't in the hotel, and we just simply couldn't make it happen without those guys. So let's give them a round of applause. Okay, Andy Crouch, newly retired head coach of Lake Linden Hubble, will be the keynote speaker tonight. Andy was born and raised in Lake Linden and graduated from Lake Linden Hubble High School. After attending Northern Michigan University, he began teaching at Lake Linden Hubble and has been there for 24 years, teaching social studies in grades 6 through 12. Andy coached 20 years as the head coach of his alma mater. He was named Conference Coach of the Year 8 times, Regional Coach of the Year 4 times, All-UP Class D Coach of the Year 2 times, and led the Lakes to 6 conference championships. In his final year of coaching, Lake Linden Hubble was the smallest school in the entire state of Michigan, still playing 11-man football. In addition to football, Andy's coached basketball and track and field. He's an all-star game veteran, having coached 5 times in this game, twice as the head coach. And he was part of the very first all-star game in 2008 on the winning West squad and was an integral part of that original planning and foundation in the early years of this event. Andy has continued to lend his expertise to the game many times over the years and has also been willing to do whatever it takes to make this game successful and help out wherever it's needed. Every single year, him and his son Carter show up early on Saturday morning asking what they can do to help. Those two, Andy and Carter, have been to every single All-Star game since 2008. And every single year, they show up and they do something that needs to get done that nobody else will do, that I can't do, that I don't have time for. And those two guys have done so much for this game. Last year, Carter was scheduled to play in this game, but it had to be canceled due to the pandemic. Andy was scheduled to be the head coach as well as the guest speaker last year. So despite the setbacks of the previous year, Andy has persevered, as well as Carter, and is back for this year, and he's going to be our guest speaker tonight. We're very happy to have Andy with us, and also his family, which includes his wife Beth, daughter Cameron, and his father Drew. And Carter, please help me welcome a real Uper through and through, Andy Crouch. Good luck now.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. It truly is an honor to be here. Like Todd said, I've been around this game since we started it 14 years ago, sitting in Bill Santilli's kitchen, figuring if we can make this thing work. This is the marquee event of the Upper Peninsula. I don't care what anybody has to say. This is one of the best weeks that these kids are going to have. And we're very fortunate that these people do this for us. It's been two difficult years. Having it canceled last year and then getting it going this year and facing the adversity, putting up with the stuff that they had to put up with to handle this, but people have come through time and time again. And that's going to kind of be the theme of my what I have to say here this evening. I have a pretty simple message, and that's to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to take chances, and rely on people, even if you aren't comfortable with that. The Upper Peninsula is a pretty special place. I always say there's two types of people in the world. There's people from the UP, and there's people who wish they were. And it's a place where I've been from my whole life, and I'm very proud to consider to be from the UP. And it truly is someplace special. We were sitting around last night talking while we were breaking down film, and we were talking about the relationships that you have, that we've acquired over the years. Like Coach Thompson says he's got 90 years of head coaching experience on his staff. The relationships that these coaches and you players are now going to have will carry over through life. So I'm going to get a little nostalgic on you. I'm going to share a story with you about a friendship that I've developed basically because I took a chance, got out of my comfort zone, and I'm very glad that I did. And I think somewhere along the way you guys are going to have situations where you're going to have to get out of that comfort zone and rely on people to help you. So I'm going to go back to when I was young and skinny, and it was about 2002, 2003, right around the time you guys were probably being born. And I was a young coach, and I didn't know any better. And we traveled to Hurley, Wisconsin. And a lot of these coaches here know the place, and some of you guys have played there. But it's a beautiful, beautiful facility. It's a great football town. They have a great football tradition. And I was young and dumb. And we rolled into Hurley on Labor Day weekend. Beautiful night. I can still picture it. So it's 70 degrees. Sun's still out. I got a pair of khaki shorts on. I walk up to my assistant. I say, you know what? I got a good feeling right now. I got a great feeling. This is going to be a great game. This atmosphere was awesome. Hurley wins the toss. They kick off. We run back the opening kickoff. Yeah, all right. We proceeded to give up 57 unanswered points. We got our asses kicked 57-12. And it wasn't that close. It's hard to give up 57 unanswered points. Now, I know with 8-man football there's a lot more scoring, but 57 points is a lot. And they don't throw the ball, and we don't throw the ball. So our kids were great. I was just a rotten coach. So 3 things happened that night. 1, I never wore shorts again. And that's a true story. 2, I've never had a good feeling before a game, and any of you guys who know me, you can see me usually throwing up or dry heaving on the sideline. And that is also a true story. And 3, I took a chance on something, put my tail between my legs, and I ended up creating the best friend I've had for the last 20 years because of it. So this is before huddle, so you actually had to physically scout games and watch videotapes. So we were in Hurley, and we had, I was going to scout Crystal Falls and Besra the next day. So one of my assistants and I were going to stay over in the Ironwood area, go to the game the next day. And so we had a hotel, and Hurley doesn't just play 4 quarters. They have one of the most famous 5th quarters. Okay? They have a place called the Iron Nugget. And it's a community thing. It's not just go and have some drinks. The kids come in and have pizza. Their quarterback club buys food for them, and the community comes out. It's a great place. And over the years, I've been there many times, but I had never been there before that. Keeping in mind, we just got absolutely humiliated, right? So my assistant and I say, well, you know what? Let's go over there. Let's be the bigger people. And I'm like, dude, we just got our asses kicked bad. And he said, no, this is what we should do. So we drive over to this tavern, and I open the front door, and I walk in, and all of a sudden, you see the people doing this. They just got dead silent, and they're like, all right, we're going to have a shootout here at the OK Corral. And Coach Scotty Erickson and his staff were over in the corner. They had the game playing on the TV, fortunately, so in case I missed anything. And I walked across the bar, and I extended my hand and said, Coach Scotty Erickson, I'm very impressed with your team. I want to buy you a beer. And we sat there that night, and we talked till they kicked us out. So that was 2002. And then over the next few years, we traded emails, we traded films, maybe schemed against a couple of people. We're not going to mention who. But we really became good friends. You know, his family started coming up snowmobiling, and then the part that got cool is we all of a sudden have these incredible games. Lakeland and Hurley have played some fantastic games. One in particular was in about 2009. We're playing up in Lakeland in Labor Day weekend, and it is 95 degrees, and I'm not kidding you. Keep in mind, I don't have shorts on either. And like if they had measured the heat index, we would never play that day. And it was a fantastic game. We hit a pass down the middle with a minute to go, and we beat them. We win the game. Best game I've ever been a part of. And you know, our programs have respect for one another, and we go through, we're shaking hands, and get to the end, announce coaches. Now we don't shake hands anymore. Now we're huggers. You know, a bunch of fat, sweaty men after a game, and we hug. all right, when we get done, I talk with Scotty and we hug and I'm like getting ready to be done, but no, now we're not done. Now his mom's next in line. And now Scotty's dad is in line. Now his wife is in line, and his kids and his cousins, and all of a sudden it's a family affair. And I'm like, boy, this is pretty cool. You know, granted we won, so it was better, but you know, we really have grown into becoming really good friends. As a matter of fact, in 2019, it was the last game of the year. We were at home against, we were playing Manistee, and Scotty goes, I'm coming up Saturday. I'm like, but you're playing in Timbuktu, Wisconsin somewhere Friday night. He goes, no. And he knew it was going to be my last game at home. And he knew it was going to be Carter's last game at home. So he wanted to be there. And I'm like, boy, that's pretty special. You know, that's pretty cool. And then, funny, not funny, but this fall, they have a great team. They had some game somewhere, they traveled, and Scotty rides the bus, but his assistants drive the truck with the equipment. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you're around somebody that's around COVID, you get quarantined. I'm sure some people in here know that. So all of Scotty's coaches get quarantined. And they have a game the next week, so he calls me up and says, hey, what are you doing Friday? I don't know, probably teaching school. So I ended up blowing off a day of school and going down there on a Thursday, and I helped him coach. It was me and him coaching a game, which I didn't really know as kids. And I'm like, well, what kind of game is it? He goes, it's no big deal. It's just for the conference championship. so they score a touchdown with 10 seconds to go in the game, and they end up winning the conference championship. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I mean, just think how cool it'd be if I knew the kids' names. But the relationship that I have with Scotty Erickson and Hurley is because of athletics. And that's a personal thing, and I realize most of you guys probably don't really, it's kind of a corny story, but a few years ago, we're in the summer and we're down in the weight room, and I had a former player come back and he'd been out of school for about 3-4 years and finished up with college, and he comes in and he goes, Coach, I got to tell you, I just got to thank you. You got me a job. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, I got a job, and I said, it's all because of you. I'm trying to think, I'm losing my marbles. I'm like, did I write you a letter? Did somebody call me? He goes, no. He goes, I interviewed for a job at Spirus in Wausau. I walked into my job interview, and I sat down, and the guy looks at me and he goes, did you play football in Lake Linden? I said, he said, yeah, I did. He goes, your coach and my coach are best friends. He said, Coach Crouch was at all my playoff games when I was a senior. Now, I'd like to think that kid got the job just because he was an outstanding young man and the best candidate for that job. But I don't think it hurt. So the relationship that this friend of mine that we have is extended down, and it's been a positive thing. So again, getting out of your comfort zone, I go back and I think, how would my life be different if I acted like a little baby and didn't walk across the bar and introduce myself to that guy that night? Would we still been friends? Maybe. But because I did, and it was, again, we've never given up 57 points since then. Some years we don't give up that in a year. But, so how different would it have been for me, just, if I didn't swallow my pride? So I'm glad I did that. How different would this Upper Peninsula be if Todd and Jody didn't take a chance in 2008? They had no reason to do this other than, they had no idea how this was going to go. So they took a heck of a chance, and you guys right now are benefiting from that. When we did this the first year, we had no idea if this was going to be successful or not, but got out of our comfort zone. So again, take a chance with that. All you young men, you got a plan. Some of you guys are going off to college. Some of you guys are just going to go to work. Some of you guys are going to go join the military. Okay, and you got a plan, and I'm glad that you do. Now, I'm a big believer in quotes, and I like quotes. And one that I've often referred to is from when Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson. And he says, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face, right? And at some point, unfortunately, life is going to punch us in the face, and how do you respond to that? Another quote comes from Stuart Scott when he was battling cancer, and he says, fight like hell. But when you're tired, take a break and let other people fight for you. At some point, life is going to punch you in the face. okay? I hope it's rainbows and sunshines, I really do. But you're gonna have adversity in your life, and the Upper Peninsula is a place that takes care of their own, you know, and you have a support system here. I could give you hundreds of examples of communities in the Upper Peninsula helping each other out. You know, and I'm sure all of you in your community have examples that you have gone through and you've seen people helping others. And you guys have that, and you just don't know that you have it yet. But there are people here to help, okay? This past fall, our family was going through a tough time. I called Coach Olson one day just to talk to him. That night, he was in my kitchen helping us. There's people like that for you, okay? And if you're not sure, get a hold of me. I'm not sure how helpful I can, but I'll listen, okay? Or I'll help you do something. But don't be afraid to reach out and let people help you, because you are going to get punched in the face, and you're going to fight like hell. That's what you've been told. You're an athlete, right? What do your coaches tell you to do? Fight through it. But sometimes you just need a little extra help. So don't be afraid to reach out to that. Whether that be the guy sitting next to you, your parents, okay, a former coach, priest, anybody. But get out of the comfort zone and don't be afraid to do that. You know, you guys have built relationships this week. Okay, it's a little bit different. We used to like it when we stuck the kids with different kids and they got them out of their comfort zone, and now you're moving with your friends. But you've obviously made friends with people this week. You know, maybe you're going to stand in their wedding. You'll stand in each other's wedding, or you'll be godparents for their kids, or heaven forbid, that's the guy you call to bail you out of jail some night. Hopefully not. Okay, but there's going to be relationships there. Okay, and you know, don't be afraid to rely on those people. Like I said, your future is not written in stone. Some of you guys, I heard all you guys talk about, you're going to college, you're going to welding school, you're going to work. That's great. Your plan isn't written in stone for you, okay? There may be changes along the way, and that's fine, okay? You may decide at the end of the year that college isn't for you. You may decide that you want to go to college. Some of you guys may have decided this week that, boy, you miss football, and it's hard to give up. And if that's the case, talk to me after this. I can help you. Okay. The last quote I have for you, and to kind of wrap this up and get you guys out of here, is a quote that I firmly believe in. And it says, you know, life isn't about the cards that you're dealt. It's how you play that hand. Okay. And again, I'd like to just get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to let people help you. I hope all of you guys enjoy the rest of the evening. Take everything in tomorrow. The game is going to be a blast. Afterwards, there'll be awards and pictures. Get pictures taken with your buddies. I'm really hoping that game's a 62-60 triple overtime thriller tomorrow night. You know, that would be fantastic. But take everything in, guys. Take everything in. Get the pictures taken with your moms and your dads and your friends and all that stuff. Enjoy it. Make sure you thank these people on your way out, because, you know, fortunately for us, they took a chance a long time ago, and we're all better for it. So with that, I'll wrap this up so you guys can be on your way. I appreciate you guys listening to me. And if there's anything I can ever do to help you guys, please don't hesitate to reach out.
One more time, Andy Crouch. Okay, guys, I'm going to continue on with that message just for a minute or two. In this giving back theme that we've had, we couldn't go to Banquet this year, which is life-changing for a lot of people, but it doesn't change the fact that all week long we talk about, you know, taking and giving back. You know, take what you've been given, give back to others, that youth camp, all those things. I'm going to point out somebody in the audience right now, Luke Gray. Nobody mentioned this. He played in this game. He played in this game at Westwood High School. Now he's back coaching. And so we've had the Kangas boys here who played in this game and are now back coaching. You guys may end up coming back and coaching someday. We've got players that are soon to be coming up here who are sons of players who played in this game. So take what you have now, use that fame and notoriety and all of those things. So no matter where you end up, here in the UP or not in the UP, in those communities that you're in, give back. Give back to those people so that that next generation can happen. I have a book here. It's called The Season of Life, A Football Star, a Boy, a Journey to Manhood. I don't know if any of you read it, but I bought 100 copies of it, and they're on the table right outside where you came in. It's a fantastic book. It's about how to be a man, you know, what it means to be a man in faith, and how to be a good role model and example. And I challenge you, every one of you guys, take it and read it, and then give it to somebody else. Every time that I've read this book and given it away to somebody, it's been a used copy. I always buy used copies because I like seeing somebody else underline parts in that book, because they saw something that was cool, or something that meant something to them. And it may not mean something to me, but it does to them. And so you may get, the book that you take may have a cover, may not have a cover, may have underlining in it, may have highlighting in it, but I challenge you to read it, and I challenge you to give it to somebody else, and then buy another one, and then give it to somebody else after that. But it's about football. It's about football players, and it's about how to be just a good role model. And I think that's hard in today's society. But again, parents, this is a great group of guys right here. This is the model. This is the model right here. This is what everybody should look like, are these guys right here. So with that, thank you to all the parents. Thank you to all the players for making this so fun for me. No matter what happened, even though I never thought the lights were going to go out during the banquet tonight. You know what? Friday night is the night when my batteries get recharged to do it again for next year. So thank you all for that. And with that, tomorrow, doors open to the Dome at noon, and we start player introductions at 1. So thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.